AVC is Gordon I Dig Vinyl here, and I'm delighted to say that I have in my hands another big box of vinyl, which contains I hope, a beautiful mix of funk, soul, reggae, and a few kind of outliers as well. I've got 43 records in here that I picked up in a kind of eBay job lot, and I'm going to open them up and share them with you just now. Okay, I don't know the condition, I know what's there, and it should be a really great bunch of stuff that will keep me going for a long time. So I'll open it up just now and I'll fire through what's there, and hopefully it's in good condition, and hopefully there's some stuff that you might get a bit of interest in as well. Hang on a second. I thought I'll just pause and open up the box, but never mind. Do you know what? I'll open it up while I'm talking. This is all happening live. If this is a trashed mix of stuff, it's a tragedy of a video. If it's in the condition that it was the last time, then I'm going to be really pleased. In here, as I said, it should be a mixture of funk, soul, an interesting reggae. There's a few out there albums as well, from the likes of Thomas Mark Fumo, I'm mega excited about. So I was a bit worried about the condition of the box, to be honest with you. So we'll see. It's a bit flimsy. Anyway, we're there. We're open, and yeah, 43 albums in here. Not very happy with the condition of the packaging, but we're going to go for it and see. I got it in a eBay auction. It comes in at under £3 each, so let's see what kind of value I've got. I'll go quite quickly, and maybe do another video at some point where I can break it down in a wee bit more detail and get some stuff once I've listened to it. But for now, let me show you what I've got. Here goes. So then I don't know what order that's in or anything like that, but here we are. So first one is Stevie Wonder's The Secret Life of Plants. It's an album that I've heard about quite a lot. I've not listened to it though. It looks quite interesting. So I know it's, I think, a bit of a concept album. I believe it's like a soundtrack actually to, is it a film based on a book or something like that? So it's got very mixed reviews. I'll give it a go. Quite interested to see what it's like. I think it's going to be quite kind of a diversion or departure from Stevie's usual stuff, but all good. Classic Bob Marley. I think I've got one of these already, but this looks to be in good condition. Exodus. So far so good. Into something a bit more interesting. I'm not familiar with this group at all, but this is a bit of a Jamaican reggae by Inch Pinchers, Wailing Souls, or is it Wailing Souls and Inch Pinchers? Anyway, just to show the back of it. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I like reggae music and I've not heard of these guys at all, so we'll give it a shot. And it looks in good condition. Here's a best of BB King. What kind of stuff's on this? I think it's from 1973. Love a bit of BB King, that looks cool. And this one, is that coming up? Okay, the Little Richard story. I have absolutely no rock and roll like that. Looking at the inside, this is really cool. Condition looks nice. Sort of quick view on the back, so that's nice. It's actually better looking than it looked to me when I looked at the pictures online, so that looks really good actually. Little Richard's story, something that I was quite taken by. I love a bit of Aretha Franklin. The heart and soul of Aretha Franklin looks in brilliant condition. Just looking at the back, kind of staples, classic Aretha stuff on there, and again in good condition. So I'm feeling pretty happy here because although the box was in not the best of nick, the records do look to be in good shape, so this is another goodie. I've listened to a wee bit of this, so some really nice funky stuff here from Love Unlimited. This one's called Under the Influence of Unlimited. Not really familiar with their music much, but I've listened to some of their songs and I've definitely enjoyed what I've heard there, so look forward to a wee bit more of that. Here comes the love god himself. Was it the lobster of love? What's he called? The walrus of love? What on earth is a lobster of love? Barry White. I think there's a couple of Barry White albums in this. He's certainly hitting a kind of good note there according to the cover, so a wee bit of Barry. I'll enjoy that. Absolute stone cold classic Stevie Wonder, one of my favourite albums. I'm pretty sure I've got at least one copy of this already, so talking book. So many great songs on that. Superstition, Big Brother, love Big Brother, but it's kind of plenty of killer, not too much filler. This was another one that I've never heard of this guy or group at all, the 45 King, but having looked into this is a little bit of, I think, late 80s, is it late 80s hip hop? So coming out of New York. Not heard of this rapper at all, but I certainly like my hip hop, so it says 40 minutes of breaks, raps, samples and scratches from New York's hottest hip hop master mixer. Sounds good, and it's in great looking condition. Again, in spanking good condition. I don't know this artist at all, but it's Denise Williams, and this is Nicey, or this is Niecy? Probably this is Niecy. So, lovely condition. I'm guessing it's some sort of funky soul style stuff. Oh, here we go. Magic Album, of course. I had it on CD many years ago, but I don't have a copy on vinyl. This looks really nice to me. Marvin Gaye's awesome. Let's get it on. There he is. The cover is in good, that looks to me to be a very strong sort of VG plus nick there, so hopefully the records is as well, but I'll just fly through what I've got for now. Some nice blues, Albert King, Live Wire, Blues Power. Not an artist I know at all, but again, I like my blues from time to time, so let's give Albert King a shot. I think this is from the 60s, looks nice as well. Lightning Hopkins, Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry, another blues comp or blues collection. Picked up a Lightning Hopkins album earlier on last month and it was really great, really brilliant, sort of Texas blues stuff, so I look forward to seeing what that one's like. This was one I was quite excited by when I dug into what was in this lot. It's Bill Withers' album, I don't know if it's just called Adjustments or Adjustments, but I've streamed this a few times and it's really good. No songs that I was familiar with, but stuff like You, The Same Love That Made Me Laugh, Stories, Green Grass, really cool. I have to say, listening to this, it reminds me that what a great singer Bill Withers is. One of my favourite sort of voices to listen to, I think, just mega soulful, a voice that can go all over the place, and that's a great album, so looking forward to getting into that. This was one that I found kind of interesting again, looking at it. It's Tommy Hunt, Alive at the Wigan Casino. Not too familiar with this, but it looked interesting, sort of capturing that sort of classic Northern Soul Wigan Casino stuff, and I'm sure this is going to be a pretty stomping album. Looking forward to listening to this. It's a ska comp. I'm calling all Rude Boys and Girls. Original ska from 62 to 66, so yeah, definitely looking forward to getting the ska stuff on here. I'm looking at that Baba Brooks The Charms, Roland Alfonso, Scatolites. Not really many people I've heard of, so yes, that's looking good, and it's all in good condition. There's another Barry White here. Can't get enough. Looking cool as always. This is an album coming here that I was really excited about. Thomas Mapfumo and the Blacks Unlimited album Mabasa, which is from, I think, about 1984. I've enjoyed listening to Thomas Mapfumo in a few albums I picked up recently. Hallelujah Chicken Run Band, early Mapfumo, and then also an amazing Roots Rockin' Zimbabwe album. But this is his band he was in for years and years. It's mega popular, and I've not heard this, so I'm looking forward to this. Seems to be, again, just looking at the sleeve. I'll look at the records later, but the sleeves have all been really good so far, so delighted. You can't have enough Barry White, or can you? There's a third one, Let the Music Play. I currently have no Barry White albums in my collection, so I'm not too sure how many I'll stay with after this. These might get recycled, they might hit the charity shop, you never know. Donna Summer with 4 Seasons of Love. Yep, some nice soulful, is it a wee bit of disco? I'm not too sure what to expect, but we'll give Donna a shot there as well. Come on guys, what we got? This one's not so much good condition. This is King Curtis and King Size Soul. You can tell this is an album that's been at the parties, I would say, so it's been enjoyed. It's quite crinkly looking. There's a few names on the back, so I don't know if that's people's, this is my record, don't you touch it, or whatever. And I don't know too much what to expect from it either, so we'll give it a shot. It's not the reason I got the lot, but it's an interesting part of it, as is this one. I've streamed this a little bit and I've enjoyed. It's from the same person though, I can see. Gino Washington and the Ram Jam Band, hand clapping, foot stomping, funky but live. You think that will definitely get the crowds through the door. So this is Gino of the Dexys song Fame, Gino, and it's the group he was in the, I think, mid-60s on. I've listened to some of this stuff, it's really good, upbeat, just great sort of danceable soul sort of classics. I'm looking at the back of it, interestingly enough, and I'm noticing that it's in Spanish, so not too sure what's going on there. It's on Pi Records as well, so we'll find out what's going on there. It's in fairly well used condition, we could say, as is this one. I could tell that was, in fact no, it looks better than I thought. It's the Temptations. I do love a bit of the Temptations, so here we've got the Temptations in their album Masterpiece, which I'm not familiar with at all, but I'm always happy to get some Temptations into my collection. Having a wee look there, trying to figure out when Masterpiece is from. I'm not familiar with any of the songs on this at all, so that's a bit of a mystery, but something I will enjoy exploring. More Love Unlimited. I think this is one that I've streamed a little bit recently, and I've really enjoyed what I've heard. Great voices, great harmonies, and I'm just spotting, look at that, it's produced by Barry White. Art concept, Barry White. Barry White is all over this thing. Now, this is my second copy of this amazing funky album, Earth, Wind and Fire. Looks in good condition. It's a brilliant album, filled with kind of stomping great funk music, disco, funky, whatever you want to call it. Great album. I've got one already, so I don't know what we'll do with that, but it's looking in good condition too. And there's some Diana Ross, Everything Is Everything. When's this from? 1970. Brilliant singer, really beautiful voice. I don't have any Diana Ross on vinyl, so there we go, happy with that. Moving on, a bit more Philly soul, the 3 Degrees. Again, there's a wee poster. Beautiful singers. I've quite enjoyed listening to sort of Philly soul stuff recently, and I know they feature in quite a lot of that, so yes, I'll enjoy that one. More soul stuff here now from Diana herself. It's just called Diana Ross, is it? So I take it that's a wee compilation. All good. Got a few outliers coming up here. Oh, a wee bit of Tina Turner. Steamy windows, the best. I'm not too sure this is one that will last long inside the household, but it's there for now. Wee bit of Tina for stomping around. Bit more Donna Summer. MacArthur Park, kind of classics like that. So it's the greatest hits on the radio, volumes 1 and 2, so plenty on that. It's 2 vinyl. Yeah, enjoy a wee bit of that, wee bit of a boogie. This was more my stuff I was looking for though. Some cool reggae again. This is from Barry Brown. It's called Cool Pawn Your Corner, which is, I think, again he's another Jamaican, super cool, as you can see from the picture, reggae artist. So not someone I've seen before. Little bit of streaming of it, again really good. It's from Trojan Records, printed in England. I think it's from about 1980, could be wrong, but yeah, really looking forward to listening to that. Not familiar with these dudes at all. Ashford and Simpson. I'm looking at the back of this photograph. This almost looks like a wee bit of a cry for help here from one of the two. This is Street Opera. Includes the hit single Street Corner. Certainly looks very funky, but I don't know. We'll need to see what that's like. The OJs. Again, Philly soul, isn't it? It looks in almost near mint condition there, hardly touched. So all good. Some more good stuff. I think we're into a bit of jazz. Yeah, not someone I'm familiar with at all. This is Ken Collier's Jazzmen. I think they're active in England, but I'm not too sure. Late 50s, touring around places in Hamburg and so on. We'll see what happens there. This is another one that was very attracted to though, but Herbie Hancock. Wow, look at the back of this. Herbie Hancock, Sunlight. Check the synths on this. This looks great. I've done a bit of streaming of it, and it's a great listen. So I've got a little bit of Herbie in my collection, but there's so much to be found there, isn't there? So this looks brilliant. More reggae, a reggae recipe actually. Have a wee look here what's on. We've got a nice compilation. Ken Booth, Desmond Decker, bands I've not heard of, artists I've not heard of as well. Don't know Greyhound or the Harry J All Stars. So this looks like a good mixture to me, from 1981, so I'll enjoy digging in. Look at this box. 5. We've got 5 to go. Let's see what else I've got. Right, Joan Arbid Trading. I've got some of her albums already. Not familiar with this one. It's called Me, Myself, I. Bit of Joan. Eddie Hendrick, again, not an artist I'm familiar with at all. Sort of definitely looks pretty funky. Anyway, Vintage 78 by Eddie Hendrick. We'll see what that one's like. Oh, some nice funk coming up now with the brothers. Produced by Quincy Jones for Quincy Jones Productions. It's the Brothers Johnson and Light Up the Night, I think. Again, check out this album. What is going on there, sir? I was going to say I think I know what to expect, but now I'm looking at that, I don't quite know. We'll see how we get on with that. Brothers, another classic album, I would say, but probably not for me. But it's Whitney, who's a brilliant singer, isn't she? A brilliant performer. Probably not somebody I'll be spinning, but hey ho, we've got her in the collection there. 2 more to go. More funky stuff from the Brothers Johnson. This time he's put away his lightsaber. And again, it's Quincy Jones' production of Right on Time with the super cool Strawberry Letter 23. That's a brilliant song, isn't it? So yeah, we'll enjoy this one. And last, and probably not least, is another, I think it's another, I was going to say I thought it was reggae, but looking at the back it won't be. It's Stanley Clarke with Rocks, Pebble and Sand. Guess the genre, looking at the front, don't really know. Looking at the back, don't really know. So this is a complete mystery to me from probably early 70s again. Whew. So we'll check it out. There you go, 43 albums. Looking to be in very, very, very good nick altogether. A broad mixture there that I think will definitely keep the vast majority of these, so pretty happy with that. Most of these are artists that I'm pretty familiar with, but there's a fair chunk that I'm not, so I'd love to see any comments to talk to who these guys are, what you might recommend in terms of similar artists, or what you enjoy about these yourself. So the main thing though is it's a kind of bargain box load, I think, so I've done well. And this will keep me going for quite some time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.